I'm Sumia Bhatia, President for the Data Center Group in Asia Pacific.
I'm Takeshi Okuma, AP PC and Smart Device Business for SMB segment.
So I see a few faces here that were here last year with us. Anybody watched us talk last year? Yeah, a few of you, great. So we're going to spend the next 30 minutes going over what both of us do and the value that we want to actually bring to you partners. And then we'll open it up for question and answers. Now, question and answers.
Yeah, so there's a competition actually. So use your app. Step number 1, use your app. Step number 2, post your question to myself or to Sumia. And step number 3, like, if you like a question posted. I just checked, only 4 questions so far.
Okay.
So if you have like your question posted, you have a very good chance to win our latest and greatest X1 carbon. Okay? So we have a very good prize here. So please submit your question and also like some of the questions to the sessions.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Right? So look, we'll jump straight into it about winning together. So Kuma-san?
Yeah, so let me start from PC and smart device business in Asia Pacific in channel context. So as Jamie introduced our great performance in the first half of this year, we are enjoying a very good market momentum, but we are also winning the market together with channel partner. We are number 1 in consumer PC, number 1 in commercial PC, and also number 1 in Japan, India, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And more importantly, if you look at this graph, right? So this is a market hardware growth. Market hardware growth in Asia Pacific is really strong. So in channel space, around 25 to 30% growth year to year. But our growth, our hardware growth is even higher. And more, even better thing is actually services. Our services booking through channel partners grew more than 40%. And the number of active partners who have transaction with Lenovo is growing almost 60%. And the revenue from our rebated partner, so managed partner, platinum partner, gold partner, silver partner for PC and smart devices, actually growing almost double year to year. So this is a fantastic year, thanks to our great collaboration and partnership.
Yeah, thank you. And control over there, I can't see my next slides, so you know, just make sure my next slide comes in. Kind of, thank you. So getting on to the next slide, Data Center Group. And Jamie talked a little bit about this. First is, oh, the slides are gone now. Thank you. Our revenue growth, and we talked about the non-hyperscale business. That's a 13% year-on-year growth that we've had. The hyperscale business, we expect that to come back in the second half, and that's rapidly. We provide 7 out of the 10 top cloud providers globally, and their purchase has kind of slowed down. But non-hyperscale, we've grown 13%. Software defined, as I mentioned earlier on the main, we're really doing well, and thank you to all of you. It's 70%, 69% year-on-year growth. The other thing is on storage. We've got a tie-up with NetApp. We are now in the Magic Quadrant as a challenger. So we're on the Magic Quadrant from Gartner as a challenger. So that's really great progress, and we're also growing storage. Channel first. From a DCG perspective, when I take out the the hyperscale, 86% of our business is through you all partners. So if you ask a question, direct versus indirect, we're indirect. We're all with channel partners. And last but not least, the Formula 1 of computing, we're number 1 globally in the Super Compute 500. That means the 500 largest installations in the world, Lenovo has 175 installations, so pretty exciting. So let's now talk about opportunities, what we can do together. And this is all about the opportunity. What I want you to do on this session is put on what I like to call your opportunity hat. Put it on. Put on your opportunity glasses. So when you see things that we're going to talk about, look at it and say, hey, wow, that's something that you could actually look at. So Akuma-san, over to you.
Yeah, so this is our 3S strategy. So Jamie also talked about this 3S strategy. So starting from smart IoT. By the way, 3S strategy is not a typical corporate slogan or just theme or overarching umbrella. we already have a foundation and a good growing business in each of the three elements. Starting from smart IoT, we already have a very good foundational business. It's a very small base, but we are growing almost 4 or 5 times year by year. So we have some POC going on in many markets, and we are driving a very good IoT business. I have to admit that our sales team is not totally ready to sell IoT in every single market in AP, not yet. But we are keep investing in this area in terms of business development manager, sales manager, or solution architect to help support developing IoT solutions together with partner. Smart infrastructure?
Yeah, so, sorry. So on the smart infrastructure, so that's the DCG part, and it's really about taking all the data, making sure that we're building fantastic infrastructure. Lenovo actually has a complete end-to-end solution, right from storage, right from to networking, storage. And, we talked about this since you talked about the edge. And when I was up on stage, I talked about, Jamie joked with me, well, you're going to have a foldable server. We don't have a foldable server, but I don't know if some of you actually walked out. I want to show you something really cool. No, I'm not pulling out a notebook. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is a full-blown server. And I hope you've actually gone to a stall and actually had a look. It's got 5G antennas, input 4G, and it's, we can't fold it yet, but give us some time. But we've had customers come in and saying that, let's replace our tower servers. We've had banks. There's a lot of opportunity out there. So this is part of the IoT solution that Okuma-san talked about, and we can sell it in every country. But where Okuma-san was going is IoT merges together in different aspects as the environment, as the solution evolves. You're going to see it all coming together. And that's a huge focus in the next 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, thanks, Samir. And the last one is smart vertical. So we are focusing on a couple of industry verticals to develop great solutions, starting from manufacturing, healthcare, retail, and it's all about partners domain. So if you find a good vertical to collaborate with a hardware vendor like Lenovo, reach out to me and let's develop a good vertical solution together. Bottom half is just evidence of making you believe our 3S strategy will work. We have a core foundation, servers, cloud, mobile, PC. We are well known as a hardware vendor, and we are keep innovating our areas for hardware devices. But emerging area, this is very important because 5G is not the slogan again. We already announced our world first 5G enabled PC, and AR, VR, we have solutions, and probably industry widest AR, VR devices portfolio in commercial space.
All right, fantastic. So now I just want to move into some of the opportunities, where the market's moving, big bets in the intelligent transformation in 2020. And Steve talked a little bit about this. Now the first is, I think we've reached a tipping point where the hybrid cloud is the new norm. There's a lot of cloud repatriation happening. Yes, customers that have rushed into the cloud, in the public cloud, and now they find that they've got to go in-prem as well as work at in a hybrid environment. So that's a huge opportunity, and I'll talk a little bit about them, each one of them very shortly. The next one is the data, the IoT. And as I mentioned, it's an evolving solution. Next 12 to 18 months, you're going to see this come together. Again, Lenovo is in a fantastic position. As I like to call it, you look at the end-to-end solution. We have the PCSDs, the smart devices. We've got the phones. We've got the data center infrastructure. As I like to call it, right from the pocket to the data center. We've got the entire solution. And you're going to see this coming up. You will find opportunities within silos, within that IoT, but they're all going to actually merge within a 12 to 18 months. And with Lenovo's partnership, it's in our DNA to make sure that you have the ISVs, the analytics companies, et cetera, that actually put this all together and will be building that ecosystem as it evolves. The third one is the supercompute, which is HPC AI. We've won some really huge opportunities here in Asia Pacific. And you must be wondering, oh yeah, those big deals, $50, $60 million, how does it affect our partners? Many of those deals were with partners, but we're finding a lot of those opportunities are moving into smaller corporates. They're moving into corporate, smaller opportunities, $500,000, $1 million worth of HPC AI, and more customers are looking at that. So don't be surprised as a customer comes in, how do I come and move into AI, leveraging HPC solutions? So that's another opportunity. And last but not least is the application of modern existence of storage demands. So it's really, as Steve mentioned, there's so much of data. Storage market is increasing. It's about taking all that together and leveraging storage and in your infrastructure, whether it's in the cloud, whether it's in-prem. So these are some of the opportunities that are available. Very quickly, so what does the data center group do? And again, sometimes this is the best kept secret of what all we do. And I just wanted to touch upon some of these things. Again, look at this as opportunities if you're not working with Lenovo. Again, we're a channel first company, as you see at the bottom. The first is hyperscale. And as I mentioned, 7 out of the 10 cloud providers we do provide. But here in Asia Pacific, we have the next gen cloud providers, the smaller cloud providers in your respective countries where you've come in from. There are opportunities there on hyperscale, all right? So we're continuing to go and grow in that area. Software-defined data center. As I mentioned very briefly this morning, we've got Nutanix, we've got Microsoft, we've got VMware, and we've got many others. We've got our CP SDI solutions, we've got Pivot 3, etc. So why so many? Because this gives you choice. This gives our customers choice and gives an opportunity based on the application where you want to go. So there's a huge opportunity there, but for us, this is a huge growth area. And again, partners is where we're really growing with this solution. IoT and Edge, I talked about it. I showed you that fantastic Edge server. You know, we just won in a bank in Hong Kong. About 88 servers, and they replaced their brand servers, and it was a use case, frankly, I didn't think of, that can we take this into a bank? There are so many use cases that are going to evolve, whether there's distribution companies, manufacturing companies, there's a huge, and we're having a whole range of new products that are going to be launched very shortly. Telco and networking, that's a big focus again. And last but not least, as I mentioned, is HPC and AI. This is coming into smaller corporates, smaller deals, which actually means that it's not a binary situation where you have these large deals, you win them or lose them. They're spreading and they're growing faster than any of those big deals. So there's opportunity there for you there. Just very quickly, on our SDI and new hybrid clouds, Metro Train Sydney, those from Australia, those who live in Sydney, I'm sure you use this. You know that the traffic in Sydney is not great. There's a lot of investment in the train. So Sydney Trains has actually moved in, leveraging our software-defined infrastructure to very quickly integrate a private cloud, a public cloud, as well as basically a hybrid cloud, and put all their apps into the software-defined infrastructure. We're seeing as they're growing, touching their customer, getting better customer satisfaction with their customers. They're leveraging this very quickly. So this is a great case study, one of a really good case study that we've done, again, through a partner. And we've got many more that partners have actually gone and leveraged software-defined to go and disrupt the data center, go and disrupt from this traditional three-tier legacy and moving very quickly into software-defined. Sales are very quickly, implementations very quickly. Last but not least, I talked about our partner ecosystem, and this is where Lenovo really leads. Our open ecosystem. There's no proprietary. A lot of disruptions are going to come from small companies, and in our DNA, this is where we actually all bring them together. So Okuma-san, over to you.
Yeah, for PC and smart device side, back to the 3S strategy or the area. So smart IoT at work, this is a real example of our smart IoT implementation. So smart office, we announced a Think Smart Hub 500, and it's not just a hardware, because if we just try to sell hardware, new communication device, it's very difficult to sell. So we are now adding a lot of solution software, management software, and enabling ecosystem around the smart office solution. So this is one area we are driving as a smart IoT. And a smart vending machine is another area. Vending machine may not sound too attractive for you as a partner, but this is actually a whole lot of new service opportunity, because we are not placing just a vending machine in other locations. We are actually using this as a service hub. So smart locker or smart vending machine, if we place this into enterprise or commercial customer locations, we can use this as a service hub. We can put some service parts and some consumer replaceable parts into the vending machine, and we can let the user come to the vending machine, pick up those parts, and replace those parts by themselves. So we can reduce IT management cost of our commercial customer, and this is a very important element of our 3S strategy. Second is the smart OEM business. OEM business is starting from a big one like Google. So Google Stadia, actually they are providing a lot of workstation and development kits. It's always Lenovo inside. And Lenovo's workstation is always partnering with Google and distributing into the developer network. So similarly, we have a lot of OEM business, like Coca-Cola machine or Ola. We are working with partner to develop OEM solution to our customer and satisfy the business demand for those OEM situations. Smart retail is one vertical example. So starting from China, to be honest, we have a lot of experimental services in China, and we are exporting those concepts and solutions outside of China. We are not ready to sell everywhere, but this is a very important vertical we are focusing on. And here we use a DCG server, and of course we can use edge computing like Think Center Nano or Nano IoT. We have full lots of consumer device and commercial device together with enterprise devices.
And plus the SC350.
Yes, of course.
Comes in different colors.
Yeah, does it fold?
It doesn't. You got me there.
Sorry.
But it does come with different colors. Does yours
All right. Yeah, so that's
does your
basically.
foldable come in different colors?
No, not yet.
All right.
Okay, so another element of PC and smart devices. So channel device as service. I'm happily to talk about this last topic. We have been thinking, what is the best way to satisfy your demand to device as a service era? And the conclusion is basically, we provide choice to you and choice to end user customers. We are not like a pre-packaged everything, hey, this is a Lenovo DAS, please sell. We don't do that. We have a service menu starting from very simple hardware leasing and financial support plus Premier up to like managed services. So depending on your intention or interest or even maturity, you can pick and choose Lenovo offering from our service menu to develop your own device as a service solution to your customer by leveraging Lenovo's offering. So the detail will come from our services team and the channel sellers. So stay tuned. We will launch this device as a service concept and service menu in almost all countries across Asia Pacific.
Okuma-san, one of the things that I forgot to actually mention on my slide on the data center, also we have TrueScale, which is again OpEx-based model for customers, and it actually covers the entire data center portfolio. So it's not just a particular, it's entire, there's no entry gate to it. So, you know, just like the DAS, we've absolutely got an end-to-end solution, which is the TrueScale, available in most of the countries around Asia Pacific. Okay, channel transformation, that's a huge one, right?
Yes. So,
all right.
Okay, so this is the velocity slide. So Jamie already talked about velocity at the high level. So let me go a little bit more deeper. So if you look at our opportunities in channel transformation or partner transformation, we first listen to you. hear from you. And we had a lot of engagement event at the AP level and the region level and country level to understand where we have to improve and where we have potential to improve. And what we identify a couple of areas. First one is a portal. Portal is a gateway to our information. So if you ask me, Lenovo information, product information, marketing information, is it available? Yes, it's already available. But issue is, it's very difficult to find. So we need to let you go into our portal and type in a lot of keywords and find the necessary information now. It's already available, but not user-friendly and very good UI to enjoy a lot of information from Lenovo. That will change. So we implemented a lot of enhancement and a new UI to be announced very soon, and we are now in the testing phase. So mid next year, we will launch our new portal, brand new portal, but not only about UI. UI will be upgraded, but the content will be also upgraded. So we will implement new way to manage our bit. So we call it an LBP, Lenovo Bit Portal. It's already up and running for some areas.
Yeah, it is. So the LBP per se, you know, we heard from how fast we gave quotes. We honestly really sucked at it. You know, some quotes would take 4 or 5 days to come back. Obviously, unacceptable. We heard from the channels. Today, the LBP, there's adoption in Asia Pacific for DCG is about 78%. And you can get quotes within an hour, actually less than an hour. And that's how quick it is right now. So it's really going from, you know, 4 or 5 days down to an hour or less. So it's really, really good. And that also frees up our people to really help support you in areas which is more important than actually just giving you quotes.
Yeah, so exactly the same thing happening for PC and the smart devices side. So this 90% is a PCSD statement, but currently we get a lot of price request or deal discount request and transactional request. And I can say 90% of those requests are instantly approved already. So this is an enhancement from 2-3 years ago. However, if you look at the rest 10%, sometimes approval take a long time because it's all manual and it's not well facilitated within Lenovo. This is our internal problem. But we are improving internal deal handling process right now, and this will be also improved. And the self-service tool has a lot of impact and enhancement for you, but also, as Sumiya said, that will reduce the workload internally in Lenovo. Then we can focus on more sales activity together with partners.
Right.
So this is a roadmap. So exactly the same one Jamie presented. So in Q2 2020, mid next year, we will launch our new partner portal. So it's called the Lenovo Partner Hub. So this is a DCG, PCSD, all integrated partner portal. If you log in, you can check your DCG status and PCSD status together on the same page. And a lot of,
No, go ahead.
new tools are coming together with Portal. Portal is just a gateway, again. And within Portal, we have a Lenovo Bit Management System, deregistration, and a lot of new features and the marketing information as well. And after that, the Q3, so multi-country as a service. So this is AP Go Live, and we are enabling all other countries from worldwide perspective. And lastly, this is an ever evolving platform. So we will launch a much enhanced one in mid next year, but it will keep enhancing after that.
All right. So this is something really important. A lot of you have actually asked, how do we get the word out? How do we go and create leads? So we give you here an opportunity. One is to touch the customers in live seminars, summits, and we call it the Think Summit. And we also give you an opportunity to actually build your own campaign. So let me just first briefly talk about the Think Summit. The Think Summit, basically, we've so far launched roughly about close to 50 partners have actually taken this up. And we take it to the customers on any area that you want to focus on, whether it's software defined, whether it could be edge, or it could be general purpose data center, clouds, or et cetera, whatever the focus is. Now the difference is that this is not a share. We support this 100%. So Lenovo funds this. And I know a couple of partners I'm looking around that have actually used this to take this to their customers. We have, it's almost, we give presentation material. We also send out top end of our speakers, our subject matter experts that come support you partners and go and do our song and dance with you. And that's a huge opportunity to build customers, build opportunities, and obviously build a funnel which goes into conversion. The second part is, of course, is the Digital Campaign Studio. And the Digital Campaign Studio actually is a tool that allows you to build your own campaigns that you can go and send it out to the customers. Now, I know many people in this room have actually used it and have benefited from it. I want to actually show you a little video that actually talks about this, which will be able to articulate exactly what this tool does. Can we play the video, please?
Lenovo Digital Campaign Studio will change partner marketing for good. No longer will digital marketing be tedious, time-consuming, or manual. But how does it work? Start by logging into the Lenovo Partner Portal using your partner credentials and navigate to the Digital Campaign Studio tab. Click on Start Creating Campaigns, and you are off to the races. Up front, you're given the choice of creating a campaign for an event, solution, or product. Easy, right? Let's create a solution campaign to show you just how easy the Lenovo Digital Campaign Studio is to use. Enter a campaign name, description, and select a solution. Fill up the form and add your company's logo. Down here, you can opt out of sharing leads with Lenovo DCG. Click Submit and your campaign is created. That took less than a minute. Let's preview the landing page. You can make changes by clicking on Edit or save the draft to work on it later. We're going to hit Publish. Our campaign is now live. At the bottom, you can copy the link to the landing page and get banners for social media promotions. You can also download the EDM for dispatch. But why would you want to do that when you could send EDMs right from here? Click on Dispatch EDM, enter a little information, and click on Proceed. Voila! It's done. Let's preview the EDM. You can make changes by clicking on Edit. But everything looks pretty good, so let's go ahead and select a list of recipients. You can select an existing list or upload a new one from over here. Upload, select, and send. That's it. You created a campaign and dispatched it in under 2 minutes. You can manage campaigns and analyze their performance by navigating to the Manage tab. Here's where you can check performance, including delivery, open and click rates, plus a list of the most popular links. Creating a digital campaign and analyzing its performance has never been easier than with Lenovo's Digital Campaign Studio. What are you waiting for? Let's start generating leads.
Is that pretty cool? What are you waiting for? So this is available. So you know how much this costs? That's right. So we call it the power of zero. So you don't pay anything, and this is available to our partners. And those that are wondering whether it's in Japanese or Korean, or it's available in different languages. So this is available. You could use it today. You go to our portal, and it's available to all our partners.
And it's available for DCG, but also PCSD business too. Yep. Across Lenovo portfolio, you can use this platform. And we have hundreds of users already, but we have thousands of partners in Asia Pacific. So we have a lot of opportunity. Yep. Please use it.
And to use this as much as you want. These campaigns are pretty used. And again, I know people in this room that have actually used it quite effectively, right? So what's next?
Last slide. So this is a demo unit. So I don't talk too much about our demo unit, the demo space. So outside of this room, we have a lot of a solution demo.
Yeah. So go ahead and go down. We've got our specialists. I know many of you have actually gone. I've had a lot of you come to me and saying, what an amazing, on the SE350, we've got a water-cooled node out there. Again, when I talked about, the F1 of computing, which is HPC. You're going to see that in the next few years in all servers. So I mean, go down, talk to our customers. Our team, they've actually opened a SE350 also. You can go actually inside, look at it. That's really, really cool.
Okay, so about running out of time, but let's take some questions. Yeah?
Same question and answers. Actually, no, we're good. We're right on spot.
Okay.
So questions. Let's put up the questions.
I just checked. We have a lot of questions. So.
Oh, did we? Oh, did you check?
Yeah, I checked. So okay, the first one is my dummy question. Yeah. So. So why don't we take...
I'll take the first one, actually. Yeah. Maybe you could add on.
Yep.
So technology becomes smarter. Likewise, customers' buying behavior is also changing. What will be the role of the channel partners in this transformation? I think the channel partners, from our perspective, and I think the industry perspective, is very, very critical. The first thing is I think you have to have that mind share to change as the customer is changing. There are different models, like going in from the CapEx to the OpEx model as an example. Customers moving in, and you heard Steve this morning, right? A lot of the hybrid cloud, the multi-cloud. So for you to transform is where you need to start educating yourself. You have to start putting bets in long-term areas. And with us at Lenovo, this is where we give you glimpses, whether that little device I showed you, whether it's the SDI. Those are areas that are growing. Let me give you an example. Steve again talked about the data center or the server market. Data centers actually either flat or going down, right? But if you look at some of the trends like software defined, whether it's cloud repatriation and et cetera, is actually growing. And those are the areas to really focus on, and you need to start educating yourself. Your sales teams. Think about how you can go into the next step and start incubating certain key areas that you want to focus on. Look at your strengths, recalibrate, train, and start looking at small focused teams that will go and grow. And frankly, that's what I do with my business also. You obviously think that, hey, this is I'm running today. I can't just take my eyes off it. The way I personally look at my business is I'm starting to grow. This is my run rate. This is where I'm going to go. This is where I'm going to actually grow in the next 3 years. And what I do is I put a small incubation team there to start looking at it, which kind of grows. And that's the way we look at it. So I highly recommend it. You partners are critical for this change. Your partners are absolutely critical for this change, but it all depends on you. Steve used the traditional partners, right? I mean, there's no such thing, right? I mean, you want to stay there or you want to move into the next phase. It's all in your hands. I don't know if you want to add anything, or we can...
Yeah, let me take another one from the top. So can tell us more about AI, AR, VR initiatives. So let me share a couple of things. So AI means everything. So Lenovo can do anything, but what Lenovo is doing, maybe I can introduce by showing one example. For AI, we actually applied AI-based analytics for our supply chain management internally. Okay. So we are actually outselling those solutions.
Yeah, no, let's keep going. I think we're timeout.
Yeah, so that's AI. And the AR, VR, actually we believe a commercial application has a much wider opportunity compared to like a gaming or consumer opportunity. So we have a lot of solutions. So maybe we should wrap up. Yeah?